Hello, hello. Happy day after Christmas. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas holiday. I'm excited because I'm on vacation for the next week, so I am planning lots of creative time. I'm going to get my hands in some clay, I think, this week. Have some exciting things planned for you all. But I wanted to pop in here today, so I updated my Etsy store on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve evening, and I just wanted to kind of share with you some of two of the really exciting pieces of that, and it's the downloadable versions of both of the collage books that I had, the Art Fragments and Secrets of Leaves. I'm telling you right now, I'm kind of obsessed with it, and I went on this printing rampage the other day just to see what I could print. So let me share with you kind of some of the ideas of what you can print with the downloadable version. So all the pages are available in the download, and I have a laser printer, so I printed these all on a laser printer, but I wanted to print on various mediums. So obviously your results may vary depending on the type of printer that you have and the type of paper that you're going to use, but I wanted just to show kind of some of the things that I did. So the first thing I did was take some music paper, some vintage music paper, and I cut it down to size for my printer, and I printed a page from the Art Fragments and a page from the Secrets of Leaves. And how freaking cool! I mean, look at this. I totally just want to frame that. Like, that's just the coolest thing ever. These are printed obviously on a bigger sheet than the book. The book was a 5x8. These are 8x10-ish size pieces of paper. So again, you can shrink it down. You could expand. You know, be careful expanding a lot. I mean, the resolution's pretty good, but the quality may go down, but you know, these are 8x10, but how freaking cool is that? I also tried it on some vellum, and I didn't have any plain sheets of vellum. I thought I did, but I didn't. So all of my vellum it's got these hash marks, these squares on it, but you know, it added another different layer of interest to it. So again, how cool is that? This is from the Secrets of Leaves. Same with that one. The detail is incredible, and this is vellum, so you know, you can collage just like with the music paper. You can collage it down. This is from Art Fragments, so this was that menu, but how is that not the coolest thing ever? Like, how neat would this be to print it in the size for like the inside of a journal that you have in just 1 second? Sorry, the puppy was chewing. And then the last way I printed, and I'm sure there's other ways, and this is the one that I'm obsessed with, is printing on transparency. So let me move these aside. I'm obsessed, and I want to show you the junk journal I'm working in, kind of what I've done. So this was a page from the Art Fragments, but you could cut out the words and just lay them on top. But I love, love, love that. Let me get the pages from, so here's another one from Art Fragments, the blue watercolor page. Pretty cool. Winston, stop. How awesome is that? You could layer that on top of another page that you've got working on. You'd have instant texture. Let's see what we got here. This one, how awesome is that? That to me is so cool. I love all things vintage anyway. Winston, stop. I'm trying to film this with him in here. It's like impossible. I should have left him in the kitchen. Here's some vintage text that you may see on some future mediums as well. You can see this one I've been cutting up because I've been using it. So this was from a schedule in Art Fragments that you could layer on top. This was a menu from Art Fragments. You can see again I've been using these. This too I thought turned out really awesome. The metal alphabet or letters and numbers, and I actually just took a photo of the ones I have for sale in the Etsy store, and that's what's in the book. But how cool are those? I'm going to show you some pages with them. And then of course the Secrets of Leaves. This to me would be so amazing layered on top of something else. But I mean, look at the detail, is crazy. And again, this is on a laser printer. I printed these with a transparencies for laser printers on a laser printer, but the quality was incredible. And another one. And this one I was using, so that's why it's cut down. So those downloadables are available on the Etsy store. So many options. So let me show you in the junk journal I'm working in kind of how I've used some of these bits. And this journal's not done yet. So like here I just did a little a little tip in, so it overlays on top of this page. And let's see here. Here's my tissue paper, the new tissue paper that I have. And all I did was adhere it down and then painted over it to make it look like a whitewash building. So the colors underneath of here were just what I had colored the under paper with. Here's another one where I layered a transparency on top, and here's some of my washi. I use that throughout here. I'm having so much fun using my washi, and I hope you guys are too. So here's one of those numbers that I cut out from the transparency. Let's see. There's a peek of my washi. I love that eye. Here's some more of the tissue paper. So I did have everything on my table, and I'm trying to use some of my new products. Here's some more of the washi. Here's part of the tissue. It was part of the tree, and I just brought the branches over across. Here's another one of the tissue paper, the tree image. I made it look like there was a sunset. Let's see here. More of the tissue peeking through. Here's the tissue. I did nothing. I put gesso underneath, and I glued the tissue paper down, and I called it good. I was going to originally paint over it, but I kind of like that contrast of the black and the white. Let's see here. And then I ripped up some of the tissue. I've got, you know, bits here and there. Lots of my washi on this page. Here's more of my tissue. Let's see here. Here is the transparency. So this is this transparency here layered on top of this page, and it created kind of a creepy look, but I love it because it really toned everything down. But I loved it. Here's another piece of the transparency. And here is where I cut one of the words out of the transparency, more of the transparency, the tissue, some of my washi on this page, and I just started that page, so I haven't finished it. So that's some ways that I've used it in my junk journal. And I can't wait to see how you're going to use it. And then the last thing I wanted to share was some other things I'm working on. So these aren't finalized yet, but I love fabric, so I thought it would be fun to take some of my designs and make some fabric out of it. So I'll probably be selling some fat quarter sized, perhaps, pieces of the fabric in my Etsy store. So here's one of the designs I'm considering. So I just took that same design from the Art Fragments book and turned it into some fabric. I've also done it with some of my eco prints, and how amazing does that look? Like, you could stitch on top of the flower, create a cover for a journal, or actually make your pages the fabric. Here's another one of my eco prints blown up, and that almost looks like it's rusted here, but there's no rust on the fabric. And then lastly, this is the one I'm really excited about. So I've taken all of my carved December stamps and have turned it into fabric. I'm obsessed. Like, I want to cut these out and stitch them down into pages of a book, or use fabric paint and paint on top of them, but I've got various sizes in here. So like the little bug, I made it different sizes, same with my boat. I've tried to repeat some of the patterns, but this one will definitely be in the shop. I just have to decide the size that I'm going to have available in the shop, but this one I'm really obsessed about. So those are some things that I'm working on. I've got some other things too that I have no prototypes here, so be on the look for that. So probably in the next 30 days or so you might see some other new stuff from me. You will see some other new stuff from me, so I'm super excited about it. But I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.